Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Wow. Man, that's the movie How to Make Money Selling Drugs. Produced by Adrian Grenier and Burt Marcus. Written and directed by Matthew Cooke and narrated by Matthew Cooke, who's here with us today. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Adrian, welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
Good to see you, man.
You
know,
too. You too.
Yeah, man. You know. Matthew, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
I can't. My confession is this movie has been like on the top of my to-do list.
Right.
And now that I know more about it, and even hearing this excerpt from the movie, I grew up in Oakland, and a lot of people I knew went into, selling drugs and I mean, credit card scams, cars, whatever. We all had something we were doing. But the mentality coming up was that you did do it to take you to a higher place.
Yes.
So you kind of in your own mind justify, criminal activity, so to speak, in order to get farther. You know?
When I was a teenager, there was a couple of years where we were on hard times and we didn't have a place to live. My parents were staying at friends and I had to couch surf with friends. And as a teenager, I needed some cash. So I made fake IDs. We were just talking about checks. I made fake IDs with friends so that underage high school kids could get beer. I wasn't, I'm not proud of that today, but it was just something that I did. And, if we had had more drugs in my particular community of friends, it would have been a there, but for the grace of God, go I situation. I could easily see having fallen into that. So later, learning about the massive failure of the war on drugs to address any of the real issues that it, supposedly should be about, thought this would be a great film to make.
And that's what this film is about: America's war on drugs and the approach. I know, Adrian, I read somewhere that you said the approach to this is all wrong. Incarcerating people for nonviolent crimes is a crime in itself, so to speak, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just way too easy to make money selling drugs. The market is booming, and the war on drugs, which is supposed to protect communities, is doing the complete opposite. It's actually making the financial incentives to get into the drug game so much greater than other opportunities to go to college, to build businesses. It's backwards. If we really want to help communities, especially poor minority communities, we have to invest in them, not come in with SWAT teams and pick people off, throw them in jail for inordinate amount of time. I mean, it's just backwards.
It's something to be said, man. When I was growing up, I don't want to say his name because, I want to incriminate my homie, but
the homie.
Yeah, my homie, the homie. That's his name, the homie.
We all know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He very, like, I was telling a friend of mine how I was surrounded by a very clever group of people who are very intelligent visionaries. Who took their craft to the wrong, they took their talents in the wrong direction, but they became the best at it. And I always would tell them, man, the way you make money as an entrepreneur in the streets, if you was able to convert that legitimately, is no telling how far you can go.
Absolutely.
And does this film, does it demonize the drug dealer, or does it kind of make you look at it from a whole different perspective?
It's all about empathizing with people's struggle. When you have 8% of the population that's unemployed, literally cannot find any type of work if they want. And in some communities, a much higher percentage rate than that, people have to put food on the table.
Yeah.
And and just like you mentioned, there are extraordinary human beings out there who create incredible entrepreneurial designs to overcome these challenges, to put food on the table for their families. And so we're not glorifying at all drug dealing, but we're saying, look at what human beings are being forced to do, look at what they are doing, and look at why they're doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Any one of you can answer this then. So was there an answer to this question? If you're doing it to help your family and you get caught and you go to jail for 15 years, how are you helping your family? Because you're not around to support. Did anybody have an answer for you guys?
Of course. Well, the answer is, you're either way, it's a dead end street. I mean, it's not an answer. It's not a viable answer, and yet people are still choosing to do it. Are they doing it because they're evil? Are they doing it because they're stupid? Are they doing it because they're naive? They're doing it because there's a black market there, and we learned this in Prohibition. There's not a whole bunch of drug dealers out there putting billboards up saying, hey, kids, do drugs. The United States is the largest consumer of marijuana and cocaine on the planet. People want those drugs. Someone has to fill those jobs. Who's going to do it? So that's the problem that we have. The war on drugs, as Adrian was just saying, it's backwards. It doesn't address the problem of addiction. It doesn't address the problem of poverty.
Yeah, and make no mistake about it, if you amortize the amount of money you would make, typically selling drugs over all of the years you're doing the trade, and then all the time you spend in jail, you're making like what was the statistics, like less than
minimum wage,
like 60 cents an hour. So we sort of reveal a lot of those ironies. Either way, selling drugs is not the answer, but the war on drugs is just creating more of that wrong answer.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.